Alright, this is Malorian with my Out of the Basement tournament, Game 3. And in this game, I'm actually going to be against Chaos Dwarves. So, looking at the board here, you can see his beautiful army. Everything was converted. It was an amazing army to look at. It was just a really cool army. I have never played Chaos Dwarves before. And this was even not just the regular Chaos Dwarf list, because I've seen the regular Chaos Dwarf list before, but this is the indie list. So I really knew nothing about his army. He was really nice though. He sat down with me before the game, explained out every single unit, what it did, and said, quite openly, if you ever had a question, just we can stop and I can explain them again. So he was really a great guy. It was a really fun game because of that. And actually, at the end of the game, I even voted this guy the best sportsman. But when I first walked into this game, I thought I was screwed. I can't remember what the mission was. For sure, this one was nothing important. But look at this horrible, horrible terrain. These batches of woods on this side, and then that little thing with like the pond we said was difficult terrain. Put those together with a hill and dwarves, and I thought, well, here's a loss. I can't get to him unless I swing around and somehow squeeze through. And meanwhile, he can just castle around that hill and just destroy me. And when he first put his hell cannon up there, or an earth shaker, that's what that's supposed to represent. I thought that was it. Like, there we go. It's going to happen that way. And I was just getting ready to lose a game, which was frustrating because of the last one. But then all of a sudden he started placing all these things on the other side. So when he started doing that, I had to thank him right there, because he could have been a jerk. He could have castled and given me no chance, but no, he made the game fun. So that's a good thing. Looking at his list, those Minotaur things on the far side, those are like these constructs. Basically, just think of them as like the crazy juggernaut models where they have a whole bunch of attacks, and then one of them is actually upgraded to be like a leader guy, which actually he gives him like a bound spell, and he counts as like a banner. That you can't capture. Going across for the other stuff, he has a unit of the blunderbusses. In front of them is this other type of war machine that can move around and shoot artillery dice. He had a big unit of Chaos Dwarves with great weapons, and in that unit he had a Thane. He had this big unit of, I think he called them slaves. They were a pretty cool unit, and behind them were more blunderbusses. Then he had his hobgoblin wolf riders. Then he had these sneaky gits. And then he had these bull centaurs with the BSB character with them. And then finally, behind all this on the hill, there's this thing on this big flying bearded manticore thing. It was a sorcerer lord with a gun and stuff. Really crazy things, really interesting. And, basically as soon as it turned out he was a great guy and he wasn't a jerk about the deployment, I didn't even care about the game as far as win or lose. It was like, alright, let's just have a blast. Let's see what happens. So, because the same way, I could have gone and fortified on this far right side as well. But no, let's have a go at this. We'll have a good old fight on the left side, and whatever happens, happens. Looking what I have, we'll go opposite. We'll go right to left. I put my chariot there, my orcs, a shaman chariot, 2 units of wolves, a bunch of war machines, savage orcs, troll with another shaman chariot behind. And then on this other side I had the night goblins with my boss, another chariot, 3 units of orcs, and another chuck on the other side. That temple thing we're just using as a hill, that's all. So basically my tactics coming into this is really on the left side. It looks like it's going to be that one Minotaur unit versus my bolt thrower to weaken them down, and then probably 2 blocks. So that's going to be looking to take them out unless they swing in. On the main line, I don't really understand what a lot of these things do, but I'm just going to take it as it comes. And I know the main thing that can fight there is really just the Chaos Dwarf. So if I hit them with my chariots, because they just have great weapons and not shields, I should be able to do a lot of damage to them, and then I should be able to break them too. And once I do that, I can get to everything else. One thing that's kind of scary though is that I know those blunderbusses, because he explained it to me, actually hit everybody in the unit, so a horde like mine can really get damaged quick from that. So I'm going to have to make sure that if I also have a way of hitting them with a chariot, that I take them out ASAP. On the right side, if my chariots can sneak through those woods to get to his war machines or something, that'll be the plan, or to try and kill off those bull centaur guys. but I know it's going to be deadly on that side because he has that terror causer flying around with all those woods. He's going to have to play pretty carelessly to give me a lot of shots against it. So either way, it should be a fun game. So Chaos Dwarves win the first turn. They move up. Those slaves, there's a rule where you can whip them and they go faster, so he does that. And then on this flank, he moves up as well. With some magic, he goes and he blasts that one shaman's chariot, so that's why that Night Goblin is there by himself, once again representing my shaman. So that's pretty bad because it was looking like I could have snuck through there and done some damage. But, you know, whatever, it happens. And then the funny thing is that his one little weird gun thing that moves around and shoots on the left starts off with a misfire and blows up. So, you know, it's great to play new armies to see what the new things do, but when they blow up first turn, well, you just gotta kind of laugh it off. Alright, Orcs turn 1. That one unit of Orcs fails animosity there, but otherwise not too bad. On the left side, I'm waiting. On the middle, I know I have to be aggressive because of how he's going to be breaking through my right flank pretty quick. So I'm just kind of starting to set up some things now. The troll is there to try and bait out his slaves, because if I can beat them quick, then I can have a direct line to get to his Chaos Dwarves. And then on the right side, my chariot moves up, trying to hunt his war machine. Actually, his Earthshaker misfired as well and moved up. So that's, you can sort of see the board edge there. The edge of the thing there. My one wolves, the right ones, are moving up to try and bait his terror causer flying ninja guy, and then the ones on the left go up just to block those wolves and to shoot them up. I killed one guy, so that's all that's happening here. Okay, on his turn, his guys move up more on the left side, those Minotaur looking things. You can see that my bolt thrower wounded one of them already. His main line moves up some more, not really wanting to commit because you can see that there's so many guys against him. You can see that he killed one of my wolves there and they went running off, and then his hobgoblin ones went into the shaman or savage orcs. And also with some magic, he blasted my other chariot and destroyed it. So now I have both my shaman on foot. And looking at the right flank here, now you can see that it's starting to look kind of dangerous because his terror causer has moved in, and now if I'm not really aggressive, he's going to be able to just tear my line apart. And he even has those bull centaurs set up, so he's really looking to have a really strong flank attack. So like I said, if I don't move really quickly and do really well, I'm in a lot of trouble. However, it looks like I can see his little fly guy, so if on my turn I declare my Wa, that block should be able to swing around, get a rear charge, and everything's going to look a lot better. But let's see what happens. So, I declare my Wa, the one unit here fails, loses 5 guys, so that sucks because they're supposed to move up and tie them up, whereas the other unit then could have gone for the flank, but it didn't move up far enough, and actually it didn't Wa at all, and then this one stuck. So now I'm just kind of waiting to get the charge. In the middle there, I tried a kind of a neat thing where I charged his Chaos Dwarves with my chariot. I charged his slaves with my troll and my night goblins. Beat the slaves, run them down, hit into the Chaos Dwarves, and I'm hitting them with both units. Kill a bunch of guys. Well, actually, my chariot kills a bunch of guys. My savage orc, great shaman with 5 strength, 7 attacks, misses every single attack, but I still win by a lot. But he holds. You know, I have no luck in this, it seems. So that's really bad because now I can do his big counterattack. But you know, who knows? Maybe I'll break him next turn. On this side, my savages beat his guys, obviously, and then, hey, where did all my guys go? They're dead. Everything over here failed, tear, and ran away and off the board. So, yeah, I just lost a ton of stuff on my right, and now I'm just waiting for him to beat me up. So, I'm swinging around the flank with some other units, but it's looking pretty bad. So, come back in the second video to see what happens.